I had to order a minimum of $20 worth of food. That was the minimum for takeout. I only really wanted 3 tacos, but I had to get to $20. So, dude, look at these nachos. That's legit. Check that out. All right, here we go. Diving in. Dude, like that's that. There's the wind. Look at that bird. Looks like a turkey. It's a turkey. What the hell is a turkey doing here? I've never seen a turkey around here.
So you got into a fender bender before that. Just dumb luck you do a rear chase. So what happens here? This guy goes to pass and you just kind of oh my god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh man. I'm crying. I'm crying.
All right, should be live. Good morning. Good morning. Bike is feeling clean, fast. Should be a good ride today. Huh, did not get that going. I don't think we're going to get this one. Got to roll this light. Let's go.
Woodpecker. I hear a woodpecker. Right turn. At some point I should catch the group here. Just slow pedal it. Probably catch them in the next 10 minutes maybe, is my guess. Kind of cold, but not too cold. Got the green. Trying to think, like, where do they cut up? I don't remember exactly. Ridge. I think as long as I hang out around downtown Evanston, I'll find them. Yeah, they might come up Davis here. I don't know. I don't exactly remember. Yeah, I'm wondering, like, do they come up this way? I think this is the way they come, and then we go across the road here, yeah. Pretty sure that's it. They're coming left turn here. Yeah, going straight into downtown. That's it. I mean, I think honestly, at any point in time, they could be coming this way. Just hope I didn't miss them already. That would suck. I think it's Sherman. They go up Sherman. I think if I just hang out around here, I'll find them. Brightness is all the way up. Can't change that. Settings, chat, font size, bold, badges, mirrored, text to speech, bot, colors, timestamp, background. Interesting. Background and border. And message. Font size, make it 20. Sure, make it 20, why not? What's up, Wolf? Yeah, man, it's nice out. It's good to be out today. Haven't had a semi-warm, sunny Saturday in a while. Certainly haven't been up this early for a ride. Hope I haven't missed the ride. It's entirely possible I missed them rolling through here. It's supposed to be sunny all day, which, even if the air is cold, it makes it so much warmer, you know? Should be catching up with a group. Hopefully soon, I don't know, 7:51. They start at 7:30 in the city. I think it would take 20-ish minutes, 30 minutes to get here. Certainly can be. You know, it's one of these things where it's like, I've never met the group here. Like, I've always met them at the start, or one of the starting points. So the timing of trying to catch them while the ride's going on is always a little funky. Here they are. This is them right here. We're good. Maybe not. That's them. That's XXX. Okay, we're good. We good. What up? What's up, man? How you doing? What's going on, man?
Oh, I forgot you got a new bike.
Yeah, man.
Another one snapped.
Broke the chainstays. Yep.
What did you get? Is it the same bike?
This is NV Frey.
Oh, it's an Envy.
Yep.
Ah. Oh.
It's like an all-road bike, you know. Can fit up to 40s.
Yeah, look at that. These are 28s, but I just bought new tires. I'm switching to 30s for my road bike.
Nice.
Those are 40s?
No, these are 32s, but it can fit up to 40s. Yeah.
My old friend, I'm the gunner. Right there, the red bike, that's Brian.
Okay, yeah.
I was just telling him that you were joining us. I thought he'd ridden with you before, and he couldn't remember.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who you were referring to, but yeah, I'll say hello.
What's that?
I wasn't sure who you were referring to, but yeah, I'll say hello. Jess says hi.
Yeah. She at home? Where's she working?
She's at home with all the kids right now.
Is it like 6 or 3?
There's 5 today.
I was going to send you a picture of the Brady Bunch and superimpose your heads and faces on it.
We started watching it actually. It's pretty hilarious. It's like, oh, this is pretty familiar.
Yeah, you know, when you're grown up, you realize, oh wow, you figure some things out, like Alice.
Yeah. I get it. Well, at least I got the timing down. I thought I might have made a wrong turn, but
I'm glad I asked Brian. He's been coming with them. They switched the time. I didn't realize they were 7:30 at this early in the season.
Yeah, I knew I knew the group came through downtown right there. I just wasn't sure the route that they went up to get there.
I'm going to come home once we get to Highland Park.
Yeah.
I hurt my neck. I don't know if I told you that, and
No.
I don't know if I can go more than 2.5, 3 hours. I certainly can't do 6 to 7 hours. Yeah, I got a couple of herniated discs.
Oh, that's no fun, Dave. Sorry to hear that. How's everything from the crash?
Well, that's part of it.
That's from that, okay.
It was a delayed reaction.
Yeah.
I'm getting there, I'm doing a lot of zwips, so I'm not fat and out of shape. I'm not going to ride up my FTP.
Yeah.
But things are good. There's a guy that does 100 miles running. Yeah. Selling them had a Super D, so all right, fine. He's about our age. He's from Indianapolis. So I'm like, he very well could have been a whole 5. Could have been. He probably held on to those old pedals. You know who pinged me about a week ago on LinkedIn? Pete Shaw. Pete Shaw? Yeah. He was my pledge runner. I know, I remember him. No, Brian, I had redwood pedals that I bought in Madison, Wisconsin. Yes, they were exactly those. Because I was riding a red Simoncini. I remember that. And I was at one of the last Super Week races. It was in Madison at the Square, and Motorola was selling a lot of old equipment and sponsored stuff that they weren't using for cheap, right? So I bought brand new look pedals that matched my bike for like $50.
Stopping.
Nice. Full play. Yeah. I will admit that was what a track to do with that. Yeah, my Simoncini was a lot like what you're riding now, except the front fork wasn't carbon, it was chromoly. You know, with the lugging on. Not enough getting cancer from the bad air that they wanted to jeopardize the people in the factory.
Brian, I'm Tom, Dave's buddy. I don't know if we've ridden before or not, but.
Nice to meet you.
Yep.
See you again.
Yeah.
You do charity work for lorries?
For St. Jude, yeah, I've done some fun.
St. Jude,
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. For the kids, though, yep.
I thought it was Lurie Children's. Okay, I misspoke.
All good.
Okay. Same idea, though. Yeah. I was trying to describe who you were.
Goofy dude with the cameras all the time? Yeah, that's me.
Well, I didn't say that. I forgot that you got hit and they smacked your bike. So, morning. Do you like that one better?
Oh man, I like it a lot. Yeah, it's more comfortable. It's more upright. It's just more fun to ride. Like I want to ride it more because it's just still fast, but bigger tires are nice. Kind of 6 to 1, half dozen to the other, you know. New bike's a new bike. It's fun to ride.
I replaced my Cervelo with the same bike because I gave my Cervelo gravel bike that I bought in 2021.
Yeah.
I gave it to Jordan, my son.
Oh, cool. All right.
And I bought it up because I could get the frame was on major sale. and I bought the components separate. And you know, my Cervelo was Shimano. This is SRAM Red 12-speed electronic. And when I got the new Cervelo, I built it up with rival 12-speed, so all the stuff is interchangeable.
That is nice.
Like, oh, my battery's out. Oh, let's go grab the other one.
Love that, yeah.
And all the wheels. So I have a pair of I forget, but they're good hubs. I forget the brand, but DT Swiss. I have a pair of DT Swiss, really nice hubs, and just regular aluminum wheels that are kind of bulletproof. And I ride 32s. I put 32s on it, and I put those on this bike or the Cervelo. Routinely, I switch them back and forth, depending where I'm riding, especially in the city. And mostly the city, I ride the Cervelo with the DT Swiss, and then I have carbon wheels for that, but the tires are too big for this bike.
I got
Although they're compatible too.
Okay, nice.
Same gears, same discs, same everything.
That's good. Yeah, the ability to swap is really nice.
Well, yeah, that's why I did it. Jordan was going to buy a bike. I'm like, no. I'll get 2 SRAM platforms and then just give you mine. Don't go buy a bike, because his budget was like less than $2,000. I'm like, you'll get an okay bike, but it won't be great.
Is Jordan here in Chicago? I forget.
Yeah, he lives like half a mile from me in Lincoln Park.
Okay.
He lives across the street from where the Lincoln Park zoo is.
Okay.
He's at Webster and like that inner drive.
That's a good spot.
Yeah, right by the zoo and where they do the farmer's market.
So will he ride with you, or does he ride on his own?
From time to time. We just did in fall, we did it late fall. We had a beautiful day and we drove up to the Des Plaines River Trail, the 2 of us, and rode for like 2 hours up there.
That's awesome.
Cool. He's a hockey player his whole life, and he's taller than me and skinny. So he rides great. He did a lot of riding with me in Minnesota when I lived there. He did 2 internships. So the summers when he lived up there, he was riding 3-4 days a week with me. And it was hilly, so he did really good in the hills. Because it was light. Very light. Weighs less than me and he's taller.
Did you make sure you gave him plenty of tiles and tubes just in case?
Yeah. That was the first thing I was going to ask you. Are those tubeless?
Gotta go tubeless. Are you running tubes or tubeless these days?
I put tubes on these just because I change them so often.
Yeah, easier to swap for sure.
You know, it's not that big of a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
You know, gravel wheels. You know, the gravel tires. You know, I don't ride them on them as much, and they last a lot longer. So it's a different story. Do you do it yourself, or do you have a shop?
No, I had the shop do it. I don't mess around. I tried one time and I was like, this is not fun.
I got pretty good at it. The thing that sucks is, well, when I did it in Rochester, there was a Quick Trip gas station at the corner near my house that had, all of them have these really nice, brand new, sophisticated air pumps with digital gauges on it, and it's free. So you go up there and you jam the air in there so fast it seats the tire.
It, yeah, right.
And then you just drive home and you put the sealant in there and you're done.
Yep.
Here I don't have that luxury, and being in a condo in the city, I don't want to go down to my garage and make such a mess.
Yep.
Because I will tell you, after 1 or 2 tire changes, you almost have to retape it every time. It's really hard to get everything clean and perfect.
Right.
to get a tire on there.
Yeah. I tried to do it one time on my Factor, and it was the same case where it's like I had to replace the tape, and I'm like, this sucks. Just let the shop do it.
And you need a good compressor.
Yep.
No matter what anyone tells you. You know, you see these videos where they can do it with the regular pump. Bullshit. I was never able to do it. Some people are like, oh yeah, I just use with CO2. It forces air in there so fast. No, it doesn't.
No. And that's not something you want to mess around with on a ride too.
No.
You know, it's like that thing isn't fully seated.
If you want to loop around Highland Park and come back, I would do that. I just don't want to ride in a big pack and not work and just draft.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I know they're going to do their coffee stop. I'm just going to keep going. I don't want to stop and then turn. Just want to go.
I'm not stopping.
I'm not stopping for nobody.
Well, you should, you know, if you can and you want to, you should keep me posted on your riding schedule, because I'd love to drive up from time to time.
For sure.
Park in your street, so I don't have to ride 85 miles. You
Yeah,
know
man.
what I mean? To do it,
Oh, yeah.
to do a ride up here, because last year every Saturday it was like 84 miles.
Yep.
So I'd ride up, do a hard 50, and then limp home. Training for half marathon or a marathon?
She hasn't been training. She hasn't signed up for anything. I wouldn't be surprised if she just does one later in the summer or early fall.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't train for those things. You just do it.
Yeah, she's got crazy good aerobic strength. Her VO2 max is bigger than mine because she's got a Garmin watch too. I forget what it was. I was like, oh, okay, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, my lower back doesn't like running. I used to run well, now I just can't. And aerobically, I'm fit. My back can't do it.
Yeah, it's too hard on my joints with all my knee shit, back shit.
Wait till you're my age. So did the lady that hit you, did she help pay for the new rig?
I ended up collecting.
insurance?
I ended up having to file a claim with my insurance because her insurance lowballed big time. They would only pay the depreciated cost. And I was like, F that, I can't replace a bike that's even close to that. So then I talked to my insurance, and I have full replacement coverage for new.
Really?
So I took a claim on mine. Then they went after them for getting my my deductible back.
Got it.
So I have State Farm. State Farm's been great.
That's who I have.
They had insure on the spot insurance, which isn't even insurance. It's like they'll pay for coverage for her if an accident occurs. So then I was like farmed out to some, total bullshit Chicago insurance company. And that was one of the most miserable experiences trying to deal with them. So I didn't want to have to put a claim on my insurance,
I have State Farm, so it's good to know.
Yeah.
Did you get that from Tony?
Yeah.
What's his last name? Bustamante?
Bustamante, yep.
Bustamante. Nice Jewish boy. Like Marcelletti. Yeah, a guy that I used to ride with, that we did some Swift group rides together this winter. was talking about he went down to Tony. He lives in Buffalo Grove. He went down to Tony because someone recommended going down there, and he bought what you got. He bought an Envy with Envy carbon wheels and SRAM red.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've never ridden anything with Shimano with cables and rim brakes. Am I gonna like it? I'm like,
Yeah, wireless.
game changer, baby.
Wireless is the way to go.
Wireless is the way to go.
I do really like these Envy wheels. They're nice.
I like these Rovals. These are fucking. Oh, sorry.
You're good. You're good. No, you're good. Yeah, Rovals are great. I did not like the Factor branded wheels, the black ink wheels. They not nearly as good as.
When I was in Minnesota, we used to ride with this guy named Bob who owned the local bike shop, and he was a Specialized dealer. And he said his opinion, and this was like back in 2018. He was like, Rovals did not used to be good wheels because they're getting much better, and the high-end ones, I think they're coming out of a completely different design and different factory and everything else. So in 22, when these came out, these were supposedly really fast in the wind tunnel. You know, I crashed in them, and they're very durable, I'll tell you, and they're also very light. So I think they're equal or close to the Envies. I know Envies are like the best. These are close. They came with the bike, so.
Oh yeah. Specialized has had a lot of wins on those wheels, so you know they're damn good. I generally kind of feel like if there's a wheel brand that's being ridden on bikes that aren't also the same brand, like pretty consistently, that's a good sign. Like Envies, people ride those on all different types of frames.
Oh yeah. No, if I was going to buy a set of wheels right now, I'd buy. There would be no discussion, right? It would be Envies.
Starting to get my fitness back more. I've been riding pretty consistently for the last 3 weeks.
Okay.
I'm in the best shape I've probably been in like 3 years.
Oh, nice. I've been doing mostly a lot of Zwift, you know, because of my injuries. But to be honest, like this week, I did some pretty hard group rides on Zwift Tuesday and Thursday with some interval work. And my numbers were way better than if I would have gone with the city group that rides at 5:30 in the morning. I mean, they noodle around.
Yeah. That's funny.
And really don't work very hard. And that's great if you're going to ride really hard 50, 60 miles both Saturday and Sunday or race. But since that's not the program, I'm not going to waste a fucking hour and a half noodling around the city.
I hear you, man.
Call that junk miles.
Yeah, you got to maximize that time for whatever you're trying to get out of it.
Oh yeah, it's like 3 watts per kilogram for an hour and 10 minutes. I mean, that's hard.
That's really hard. Shit.
15 years ago, it would have been 4.
Well, I was summer of 2022, before all the shit went down with, you know, my ex. I was probably in the best shape that summer than I had been in the prior 8 years. All the shit went down. I put on, hurt my knee that winter, that fall. I put on 30 pounds. And finally, I lost 25 of those 30 pounds now, finally. So, things are going in the right direction.
Yes, it's making you a lot of salads.
Yes. A lot of kale.
You know, I really, I think it matters that when you have a partner that's like, has the same kind of goals as far as like eating and sleeping.
For sure.
Lisa and I, she's become such a good cook, and she shops, you know, and gets We scan everything on Yuka.
Oh, what's that? Is that like a?
It's an app where you can scan the barcode
Okay.
of like a kind bar.
Yeah, yeah.
And you'll find out it gets a 30 out of 100,
Oh, okay.
and it's not good for you. So we don't buy stuff that's not good for you. But you have to read why it gets a lower grade. So if it gets lower than a B, and it says, well, it's got a lot of salt and sugar in it. Well, if it's a bar you're going to eat on a ride where you're riding 60 miles, well, you need the salt and sugar.
Yeah.
But if it says processed with chemicals, then you stay away from it. So
Makes sense. Yeah.
we're very mindful. We cycle in carbs, and then we don't, so you don't eat a carb or a starch every day. You do it more towards the weekends because you're working out more.
Right.
She goes to the club every other day. Spend way more time running around and working out and walking on the weekends, so that's when we eat more carbohydrates Thursday through Saturday. Really mindful about lots of vegetables, and it's been great. She's learned to cook, and there's a lot of meals that are in our rotation that are super healthy. That's the only way I've been able to keep my weight down.
Yeah, what really helped me in terms of taking the weight off was I started tracking my macronutrients, and I was just telling, what I was following was just saying, like, you're not eating enough protein. So I really started going after eating more protein. I was like, holy shit, the weight started coming off.
Yeah.
It's hard to eat as much protein as, like,
Yeah.
you're supposed to, technically.
We do shakes. I do. We
Yeah,
do a
it's the
really
shakes.
good Vitamix.
Yeah.
This blender was like not cheap, and I have one at least 3-4 days a week. A couple of scoops of vanilla protein.
I think we're supposed to single. You can go ahead, Dave.
Oh, it's a single?
Yeah. Yeah, the guy has got the old school red. It's probably a steel frame red road bike there. Yeah.
We'll do like university and
Yeah.
what to do and maybe come over to the
All right, that sounds good. Yeah.
You did good. Last night I did before that and we went to old school. I've only done old school, so this is my second time out. Oh! Whoa, whoa.
You're good.
Hey Dave? Let's turn at the fire hydrant. You know where that is?
Not sure. No.
There's a white picket fence and a little red fire hydrant. Turn there.
Take a right.
Yeah.
To go up. Is that Linden there?
I'm not sure the name of the street, but then you kind of go on the back side
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the park.
Yeah, yeah. I know. That's Linden there. Yep. It's called Linden is the road, I think.
Oh, oh.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought you said you lived back there. Where do you live?
I'm in Kenilworth.
Oh, nice.
Not a bad spot to be for riding, that's for sure.
Right on the highway. I live on the other biker highway. I'm off of Damon.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It's like a city corridor. What? This is right at this intersection. I kind of rolled the stop sign and a cop pulled me over and gave me a ticket.
Oh,
Really? Yeah.
that's pretty ridiculous.
Damn. How much was it? It was $50, but if you went online and did a questionnaire and watched some stupid videos and took the quiz, you don't get a contract. The second offense is $50 no matter what. So why didn't you claim you had no ID? Well, just like I have no ID, so how do you know who I am? I tried. Because when you carry your phone, you can't look at that. Anyway. Yeah, she said Highland Park was cracking down. Oh, look at this guy. Oh, yeah. All right.
Nice.
Damn.
That was cool. Clip it.
You might go under a Hummer. It's fast.
Yeah, that's a little dangerous if you think about it. Somebody could turn and not see him at all.
The whole line.
Yeah.
All right, downtown the party.
I saw a guy in one of those like three-wheeled, two up front, one in the back yesterday, and it was like the same thing. I'm like, that's awfully low. Somebody might not even see you.
Not the same, but somewhat related is husband or wife on their city bike with their kid in that little bucket in the front
Oh man.
with no helmet. Just launched the kid.
Jeez.
What do you think?
back.
I'm all about sudden unpredictable. When you were calling her insurance company, did they see the video?
Oh yeah, cop came and then I sent the link to the cop. And I told their insurance company, I was like, they weren't arguing that she was at fault, but they wouldn't pay. They wouldn't pay more because it wasn't a personal injury situation. I said I just got not injured, but I want my bike replaced. I want to get where I was financially.
The bike is 15 grand.
And then I told their insurance lady, I was like, it's like, I don't know. I might have a medical issue a couple months down the line from now. I don't know. And at that point, I was like, fuck this. I'm going to file a claim with mine to get my money.
My wife has a friend, the husband has a dash cam, and the guy, I don't know exactly what the accident was, but he was at fault. They did nothing. Anyway, the police weren't going to do anything about it. He went to them with the video, and they're like, oh, he's at fault.
Yeah, I mean, video, you don't want to mess around. Video helps you out.
I'm going to get a dash cam. Why not? In the city, there's so much that can happen.
Yep. We should get out of the way so these guys go up because we're going to throw everybody off.
Let's go all the way to the back. Brian, we're going to get back. Let everyone talk. Brian and I were fraternity brothers together in college. I raced Little 5.
Cool.
So both of us have been riding most of our lives. You can trust him. He's a trustworthy wheel. He was an expert mountain biker for a while too. He was awesome.
Oh.
So the best racing story I have for Brian is I was a roadie, he was an expert mountain biker. He takes me to some mountain bike race in Indiana. And his little group of 3, I think Brian won the race, but they were off the front from the beginning. So I was coming up the last hill and it was so muddy. I was carrying my bike, my heart rate's at about 190. And I can see Brian at the top of the hill doing this. Come on, dude! You can do it! You know, everything was in slow motion, and there was 3 of Brian's kind of circling around my head. You can do it! It was
All right.
the hardest fucking thing I've ever done in my life. And these guys, they float through that terrain like it's nothing. In fact, there's a pretty decent sized group, and I remember finishing like 10 or 11 or 12, but we were still minutes behind you. back and forth between those. Well, he was at Vic. You know, I hooked up with him a few times that I knew. Kids went there. His kid went there. I was on the stick with high. Whoa. Jay, what are you doing? Yeah, he almost took me out.
Let's slow up.
I turned right instead of left. I never go that way. So I left.
Car left. Look at that classic car. Looks like Oldsmobile something, I don't know. Oh! Yo, man, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Nice job, Dave. Woo! Good stuff, dude. Just rode me off the wheel. Let's roll. Yep. Oh, that felt good. Almost ran that fucker over.
Oh my God. You just kept rolling.
I almost ran it over. I slowed down and I was like, kept veering in front of my wheel. I was like, shit.
These bottles are the only ones every once in a while. These bottles are the only ones that fly out. With this thing.
Clip that. Clip it. Assuming you went left. Where's he going? I'd never gone this way. Not saying it's wrong. Just saying I haven't done it.
Sound like a car coming up on me.
What's up, DRB? It's just a small pack right now of 3. It started as a group ride, and we just broke off into a smaller group. Ooh. Getting warm. Stoplights out, that's interesting. shit. It's making me real nervous. Phone's gonna fly off the handlebar. Definitely don't want that. Fuck me. Well, that mount is not working well. I have to fix that.
What do you have on your No, the metal. The old Wowie? The old Wowie. God, why didn't you know the name? What do you got that? Some here is the first bird. Oh yeah. With the 1986 baby. Oh yeah. Top of the line. So I don't do that fire placement without very much at all. Maybe twice a year. I know, but I don't remember. It just looked like the right turn there to me. I just say, yeah, you didn't even hesitate. You were going right. I had plenty of room there. Give you a little confidence.
Right turn.
Right. Yeah, it looks like orange Vaseline. They're a little thicker, a little waxier. And you rub it on with a rubber glove. You can't touch your extremities or your eyes or your genitals, nothing. It burns like shit. And it is like a layer of stockings. You keep your legs warm. And if you sweat or get wet, drink for the 40-degree races where it's going to rain. Your legs will get hot. We started doing it in the early 2000s. And Fred said, the last one we were in the rain, what did we do? Like, we were talking about it. You, me, and Kevin went back to his car and took off about 40 pounds of wet clothing. Because it's heavy and it's wet and you're getting colder. So we started using Embrel and I've never turned back. That's $20 for a jar to last you the season. You really only use it in weather like this, where it's going to be a lot colder when you start. So you put on like Embrel Z-numbers and then you just take it off. Well, because he's rubbing in like lotion. And like you'll see a little sheen on my legs. But it's rubbed in pretty good. Are we going right? Right.
Green Bay.
Not enough.
Green Bay to Tower.
Yeah, remember when they were paving it last year? We were like, oh, this is nice. And then they did like 500 feet.
Oh! Good, man. How are you? Thanks.
blacktop for a long way. I'm not exaggerating. All the way from what's the road with that goes east-west and has the hockey stadium on it? The south end of the city. Road. That's true.
Oh.
You know he always uses like the wrong adjective. He doesn't like my financial plans, my explosive, buttery smooth plans, whatever. He's always like, he's frustrated at work. So he's like, yeah, we found Iraq, and the lady goes, the interviewer is like, don't you need Syria? He's like, yeah, Syria. That's what I mean. You need to be more like this book. I should. I have your cycling book I got to get back to. I'm going to go to the library. That's why I got it. Because I just put shit on reserve and they tell me when it's in. Just trying to carry everything. I really like SNL. You know, someone was saying, I don't like the new SNL the last 10 years. I'm like, it hasn't changed. If you're not up on the latest music or the latest news or pop culture, none of it's funny. I know, but I keep in touch with the demographic and I'm good. Right. They didn't do it. I didn't realize how much it's going on. Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? I heard an interview with Mike Myers. He was like, and I probably told you this already. He goes, Dr. Evil. Yeah. He goes, that was my imitation of Lorne Mike. And he started feeling like, oh my God, he's right. They mentioned all the books. Yeah, when he talks really slow. Yeah. Brian is going to be a great show. Yeah, that human concept. He does like Steve Harvey. I love his Steve Harvey. And it's like, I don't know. I just come to the game show and I collect my check and I go on to one of 5 other shows that I do geared towards black women take sick day. There's a reason why he's been on the show for 20 some years. You know how the hospital with the head writer for so long his father died. Oh yeah. I know it's fun. You know Bob Odenkirk? You know Bob Odenkirk, right? He's better call Saul. Oh, I think he said a dead guy. Oh, Odenkirk. Yeah. I didn't realize he was something. Oh yeah, he was in Wayne's World. He was the guy in Wayne's World that said, he was backstage and they met Wayne and Garth. He said, you Wayne Campbell, aren't you? He goes, no doubt. He said, yeah, you are. And Garth goes, if Wayne says he's not, half that was written by Bob Odenkirk. I didn't know anything. For a long time. He's really good. Lauren Michael.
hopefully spring is finally here, man. Got a nice day in Chicago. It's supposed to be sunny all day and it's moderately warm at the moment. Yeah, we haven't had too many days where like all the conditions lined up well. It's either been cold, or it's been windy, or it's been rainy. It's not really been sunny, semi-warm and dry in a while. Today's like the first day like that, without wind too, I should say. Just remember. This bod keeps saying, just remember. It cracks me up. Right here at 10th, next street up after this one.
Good ride.
Yeah, good ride, fellas.
Thank you for riding with us.
Yeah.
You got to do this more.
Yeah, this is good, man.
Have you done that group before?
Yeah, I did XXX a couple times with Dave last year. I've ridden with those guys on Wednesday night rides.
It's going to be a while before I ride at 30 miles an hour with 40 guys.
Yeah.
I'm not in shape at all yet. I'll do 4 guys and trade off pulls and go as hard as I can. But I don't know. I can't crash again because I might be crippled if I do. So.
Yep. All right, fellas. See ya. All right, y'all. That's going to do it for the stream today. Good to get out on a little bit of a group ride. 2 hours and 3 minutes, 35 miles, not too shabby. Let me switch out the stream here. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I'm going to try to get out and stream again tomorrow, so hope to see you then.
I wish I had some tunes like this playing in my ear at the time, man. I would just get into that nice little smooth jazz cadence while I'm crying on the inside.
Come on, man. This is getting a little technical here. Oh! All good. We're good. We're good. We are good. Whew. Camera okay? Is the camera equipment okay? We're still live? We're still good? Tom's good. Bike's good. Is the camera good?
You think this is like some million?
What's up? Yeah, you're live right now. What's up? Yeah.
What was that?
They're watching on Twitch right now. They're watching the camera. How many miles do we go? I'm sitting at probably like 45-ish, 50 right now. So yeah.
At least 40 for sure. I think the round's about 40. I got
got a lift from about here to, well, actually from his kitchen to his house. So I took him to the second bait stop where my friend's wives were. Oh, God. Yeah. Thank you. These kids are nice. Good, how about you?
Crazy. Work is crazy. Outside work is crazy. I'm crazy.
Somebody flying by. I missed that. What was that?